So President Biden hosted Donald Trump at the White House. And you got to go and look at the pictures of this because it was a very friendly meeting. Lots of smiles between the two of them. Look at the pictures, watch the video. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts on it. They both sit there and kind of just yuck it up. Trump says, hey, this is going to be a really smooth transition. I promise. It's going to be a really smooth transition in pretty typical Trump fashion. And they talk about how politics is often bitter. But it was the most friendly interaction the two have probably ever had, especially considering their debate where, Biden said Trump had the morals of an alley cat and Trump called Biden a very bad Palestinian and all that. And they didn't even shake hands at that debate. But yeah, let's take a look at this Huffington Post article. President-elect Trump visited Joe Biden at the White House on Wednesday. Many people on social media didn't know how to react to the meeting. Yeah, I think that's a pretty common sentiment. Although Biden and his Vice President Harris have repeatedly pointed out the fascist tendencies of both Trump and his MAGA supporters, the outgoing president seemed all smiles at their get-together. Donald, congratulations, Biden said, while shaking Trump's hand and vowing, quote, a smooth transition moving forward. Trump was unexpectedly gracious as well. Thank you very much, he said. Politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a very nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. Prior to his meeting with Trump, Biden had already pledged there would be a peaceful transfer of power, saying on Thursday, I assured Trump that I would direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. Biden wasn't given the same courtesy when he won the 2020 election, with Trump inciting an insurrection at the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Many people on X, formerly called Twitter, remembered just how polarizing the recent election was and didn't know how to react to the mild civility. Aaron Rupar says Biden and Trump meet in the White House and act like buddies. Yeah, this one Twitter user says, isn't it odd to invite someone to lunch who you just swore was a fascist Nazi dictator threat to democracy? It's something, all right. Republicans seem to be really enjoying this because they're like, oh, Biden voted for Trump. Just look at his smile. I saw some people comparing it to when Obama hosted Trump in 2016, this exact time 8 years ago, and how Obama was not smiling at all. And historically, Biden actually has been more willing to take the gloves off against his political opponents. And yet he's the one who's yucking it up with Trump and Obama wasn't. Obama's more of a pleasant gentleman, but he wasn't really hiding the fact that he was not happy with Trump getting elected. So yeah, the MAGA types are having fun with this. They're saying Biden wanted revenge for being asked to step down and voluntarily stepping down from the nomination because he wanted to run against Trump. Again, just totally speculative, but whatever. We'll let people have their fun with conspiracies and speculation. What do I think that this shows? Well, it's not a good look for Trump, obviously. It makes him look like a massive spoiled brat. You know, if Biden had said, oh, this election was rigged, it's a stolen election, I'm not going to meet with him, then, well, we just have the same thing as in 2020, and it would be like, okay, the parties are doing the same thing to each other. But yet Biden acts like the adult, invites Trump to the White House, talks to him, and not only talks to him, but talks to him in a friendly, cordial manner, smiles for the camera, shakes his hand, is pleasant with him. And Trump, of course, he acted like a gentleman too. But you know what? How you act when you've won doesn't really matter all that much. It's how you act when you lose. If you throw a temper tantrum and call the people who beat you freaking cheaters, liars, traitors, call them vermin, deny the legitimacy of their victory, you're a sore loser. That's what your character really is. So the fact that you can present this nice, friendly face, this gentlemanly demeanor, and come across as likable after you've won doesn't really show much about you. So yeah, he just looks like a spoiled brat. Biden, he's retiring. So I could also see him just being like, you know what? My opposition to Trump will yield to my desire to just be a friendly human being. He doesn't want to leave the White House storming out and crying about Trump and how he's going to become president and how he thinks he could have beat him. So, yeah, not a good look for Trump, but simultaneously, maybe not a good look for Biden, considering he's called Trump a lot of names, called him a sucker and a loser in response to the thing about him saying that the World War I veterans are suckers and losers. But yeah, I don't know. I think it just shows Biden's desire to kind of wrap things up in a nice way. He doesn't care all that much anymore. We just covered this story about how he said he wants to smack Trump supporters in the ass, or he said they're the type of people you'd like to smack in the ass. And now, you know, he's yucking it up with the leader of the people he wants to smack in the ass. So it's just kind of funny. But yeah, MAGA's going to have a field day with this one. What do you think of this? What do you think of their meeting? Do you think it reflects poorly on both of them, on Trump, on Biden, on neither of them? Do you think it's cool civility? I know people really liked that from George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton after Bush lost. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Let's grow this channel. And I look forward to speaking to you in the next video.